So, as we talked about in the first half of the podcast, AJ, you have dedicated a lot of time to counseling people. I saw the work that you did on couples therapy on VH1, which is loosely affiliated, obviously, with Love and Hip Hop. Saw you on there. You counseling my boy Trick Daddy. Trying to help Trick through some things.
And my boy for years. That was
Yes.
what's so amazing to me is my Trick and Joy have been my friends for years.
Yeah, but it is amazing because so many celebrities trust you. You know, they trust you. They trust your counsel, your input. They listen to you. I don't know if celebrities were always your focus when you first began to kind of branch out and become a wellness, health, wellness, and lifestyle or life coaching brand. But why do you think so many celebrities gravitated towards you and then trusted you to improve their lives?
Wow, that's a really awesome question. I got to tell you first, I didn't choose the business. I wasn't saying I was going to step away or pivot into another brand or business. Like I said before, I felt like I was just doing something that made me happy. I love to hike. I love to work out. I love taking care of myself, and I love the results of it. I love seeing the results of it. So it was easy to fill my day with healthy recipes and smoothies and hikes and workouts. And of course, a lot of my friends were at the time and still are in that arena. So my whole life became healthy living. Then I think, like, as you're asking, celebrities, because I was working, and of course that's my environment, I think they started to pay attention to, one, my consistency, two, that I was getting my happy back and my joy and my brightness, living this life that I loved, that I kept hidden for so long because I didn't think that that was popular, in the Hollywood sector. Hollywood, you're supposed to stay at the party all night and then go to the after party. I was like, I got to go to bed by 11 because I got to get up and run. And people were like, what? So, I mean, I was, again, trying to fit in. I wasn't fitting in. So I think a lot of celebrities started to see where I was common enough like them in terms of the lifestyle, the popularity, understanding the demands of the business and that career and living the life in LA. But I think they noticed I was finding a way to make it work for me. And I feel like as I look back over my celebrity clientele, even though they've asked for different things from me as a life coach, the common denominator is them finding their place and their space, and they're happy within themselves. And so I think that's what it was. My consistency, I mean, from house party to here has been 30 years plus. So I think that's the other thing. I try to live a consistent lifestyle. And so I think that's an automatic thing to trust. You've been watching me since house party. So if I can still get in the house party outfit, I got to be doing something right in terms of weight management, right? So I think even that, it's like, my body hasn't changed very much. If anything, people say I look better. My energy hasn't changed. My look hasn't changed very much. And I think for people to see that is what makes them call me, because they want whatever I'm eating and drinking, as they say.
More importantly, though, can you still do the house party dance routine with Tisha Campbell?
Why does everybody think I can't do it? Like, what is that? I want to know that. That's the question. What makes you think I can't do it?
I just asked the question. Clearly you can. All right. Okay. Clearly you can.
Clearly I'm in my feelings about it, right? I'm like, yes, I can still do the house party dance. Actually better more now than ever, because I didn't know what I was doing then. Now I know it's worth $1 million if you can go down and have Megan Stallion knees. So I'm like, well, how about Megan got AJ knees? Because I was down there first. So, yes,
And
I
you
can.
choreographed that, correct?
Yes, yes.
Wow.
So that's part of my DNA. Like, that's not going anywhere. I can't do a back handspring anymore, but I can damn sure do the Sharane house party dance, right?
Yeah. While we're in the subject of house party, is it true that you only made $4 grand from house party?
Yes. For the whole month or two we filmed, as a hired actress, and it was Favorite Nations. We all made 4 grand. And what's interesting is, once the movie came out and it was such a hit, Burger King came and asked, me, Play, was it me and Play? I think it was Play and I, if we would sign the rights to one of our scenes for a commercial. And a Burger King commercial became me in the window when Play comes and says, we got to go get kid out of jail. And I'm like, I'm not going anywhere. And he goes, if you come with me, we'll go to Burger King. And I go, Burger King? Do you remember that scene?
I do.
Listen, we made more money on that commercial, Jay, than we made doing the movie.
Wow, that's
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
I'm sure you have heard that there's plans. I believe it's LeBron James's production company to remake House Party.
I think they're finished.
They're finished. Were you a part of the remake?
I was not.
Okay.
I was not. One, I mean, in all fairness, I wasn't asked to be part of
Right.
it. I know some people who were, and it was a very, let's just say, from what I've learned, it was a little bit unorganized in terms of how it went down. I mean, listen, a lot of productions are, so that doesn't mean anything. You know, by the time you see it on the screen, you never know the problems behind the scenes, and that's called Hollywood, right? So that doesn't really mean anything. But you know, I just think that it's one thing to do sequels and prequels, but to try to do remakes of certain things, it's kind of tough. So I'm anxious to see what they do.
Mhm. But you did, and you could correct me if I'm wrong. It seemed like you made the decision to kind of discontinue the Sharane character. Is that fair?
Yeah, it's fair, but it's I have to say it's fair with reason. By the time House Party 2 and 3 came, and it's so interesting how these kind of answers now speak to my loyalty and my creativity. Um, Reggie Hudlin to me gave us all such a launch, the writer producer of House Party 1. He gave us all such a platform to be creative, to be ourselves, to create together. You know, he wasn't one of those writer producer directors who, even in his first project for a feature, which House Party was, you know, a lot of writer producer directors are very they're very specific about, you know, say my words, you know, do my blocking, make sure you do what I wrote. And Reggie wasn't like that. He was like, you know, you guys are helping me create this. So, you know, it's your character. You know who Sharane is. What would she do? Would she stand here on the counter? Would she sit outside on the patio while her nails, you know, what would she be doing? And so all these little things, like even on this in the scene before we go to the party, and Tisha and I are sitting outside on that little ghetto stoop. And you know, I had just painted my nails. Like that was a character choice because you know he was like, "Well, what would you be doing sitting here talking?" And I was like, "You know what? She'd be letting her nails dry, and you know, and just blowing and talking." And he was like, "I love that. I love that. You know, trying to be grown. You know, she was trying to be grown." So you know, when House Party 2 and 3 came and he was not a part of it, I first felt like, well, how do you have a part 2 of something that was so epically created by someone and they not be a part of it? Like he is the vision. So where do we go without him? You know, it's like going to Oz without the wizard being there. Like, what's the point, right? So that was one thing. And then when I met with George McHenry and Doug McHenry and George Jackson about the first scripts, I just didn't feel like the script was capturing what I envisioned the friendships to evolve to. I felt like the scripts were more safe and predictable in terms of where the character relationships went, as opposed to where we could go. And for me, my take was we had become so known for our friendship as in terms of a group. I felt like we were going to be the Black Brat Pack. Do you remember that? It was like Demi Moore, Rob Lowe. Remember that whole
Ali
anything they did?
Sheedy, yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Anything they did, they could go to the movies and it was a popular movie. It was just everybody loved them and their chemistry and their friendship. I felt like we were the Black version, and that just was not what I saw in the script. So I just said, you know, I'm gonna wait. And literally, once I said I was gonna wait, I booked Sister Act with Whoopi Goldberg, the first one, and I want to say I had already done Inkwell, but it was something else. I think it was Sister Act, and it could have been Assassins with Sylvester Stallone. So now all of a sudden, I say no to House Party 2 and 3, but now I'm thrust into the Julia Roberts, Whoopi Goldberg, you know, studio film on that level. So once again, it's like, oh, so God is saying, yes, girl, yes, you know, to keep going. So that's what happened.
See, I feel like you're evading the real story because, as the meme said, the reason we didn't see Sharane anymore is because Sharane became Juanita from from boy from baby boy. Because you went on to have Tyrese. That's what happened to you.
And Tyrese's daddy is played. And
Right.
why are we trying not to? And like I said to the meme, why y'all in my business? Why y'all in my business?
Right. Sharane disappeared because she had Tyrese. That's what happened. That's the story.
And I'm
Don't
going
let
to the
AJ
grave
fool
with
you.